to Crypto Market Inspection January 10th, 2025. So let's just start on the weekly. We're going to start off by drawing our range, as always, because we do trade in ranges. I'm going to put this in red, and that's our high. Let's go on the daily to find our mid level. Okay, let's see here. That's our mid, and then we have our range. Okay, so basically, yeah, price is still chopping. To be honest, for now it's just a waiting game. There's pretty much nothing else to really say or do here. Um, Mainly, I'm focusing on the extremities of the range. If we check the weekly real quick, we're still above. Of course, we're still above the weekly EMAs. We are in a bullish high time frame market, but once the bands start creeping away from each other and finally coming back into each other, that's when you have these consolidation periods, as you can see. Here you had it, yeah, somewhat here too. Um, as we all remember this one, yes, and yeah, here too. So this, I mean, is this distribution? Is this perhaps just liquidity grab below all of these lows before expanding higher? Who knows? But we're gonna have to trade our system, and yeah, that's pretty much it. What we gotta do, we gotta focus mainly on the extremities of the range and take it from there with good risk management and etc. But let's go on the H4. I did have this H4. It's a pretty big order block here. If you pull this, it matches pretty good with our range low. The thing which is very important with this level, this entire level from our range low and this order block as well, which is also a good confluence to have. It's if you go on the weekly, right? You have a weekly imbalance or a fair value gap or whatever you want to call it, inefficiency. So this is our H4 order block, right? There is volume on here. There is liquidity resting at nine at this area at 90k, which is yeah. I mean our range low is 89,376, but it's come on, it's basically range low. Okay, now so I want to just call this the H4 order block. Um, One weekly top wick, just because it's like, or not top wick, but no, wait, what am I doing? Sorry, guys. Top or eye gap, I mean. And one other key confluence with this range low is that if you take the fib of the entire impulse and move up from the lows here, if you do this, let's match it up with this daily. If you take it all the way up, okay, where's the 0.5? It's very key Fibonacci level. You have this exactly in our order block, and in case you when you trade ranges, right, you have deviations like this. You can say this is a range as well. Uh, you can say this is a range as well. Well, then we deviated this, right? So maybe we have something similar happening here. But I have this as my high now. But yeah, so you have the range low H4 order block and the 0.5 Fibonacci. You do have more inefficiency below here. I've used this as my range low before, but this range low matches more up with the mid range in my opinion. You see deviation now. For example, what I want to see is something like a I want to see price kind of retrace up to the weekly open. To be honest, let me just draw this out. Our weekly open is right here, like so. I'm gonna put this in this one. So this is weekly open, and then we have the yearly open right here. I can just draw it. That's the yearly open. Yeah. Okay. Let's put this I mean, it is the monthly open and yearly open. Okay, now we do have equal highs here, which I really like for the future. It will be a future target. You got equal highs. We go down on the 4 hour. So, I mean, we broke structure right here. We broke the structure. Um, let's call this MSB, market structure break. So I mean, we took out this low. We did sweep this low yesterday. So I mean, people maybe having a range like this. This is valid because there is some sort of a local range inside of this range. So I'm gonna just draw that one real quick right now. So let's see. This is would be our local high. I'm gonna do this in blue and a thicker line, and then this will be our low. Okay. So I mean, we have deviated the local low twice. Uh, is this a double bottom before going higher? Who knows? But I'm gonna change. I will maybe look for a position, someone on the short side scenario on this, considering the amount of liquidity still resting below, and we still haven't taken that. I am open, but maybe not go full size, half size. See if I can get in, add more, move my stops break even. But yeah, I mean, you might as well trade the local high here for a short scenario, considering the mid level is pretty valid. You had let's see here. Yeah, so I mean, considering this is our like market structure break area, if you do get something like this, high chance we could form some sort of lower high. Lower high. This is our high, and then a lower low, lower high, and then we look for our trigger somewhere here. So I mean, you also have this like inefficiency down here. We didn't have a single retest of the range high, and that's very important when you trade ranges. Is that you also get that retest of the range high before you go to the range low. But yeah, I will. Let me actually remove this. So yeah, I will look for something like this for a trigger. I want to see price come into some sort of the like on the top here. Um, you can add. I'm gonna add this on the side here. So you do have this. You have the equilibrium resting here. 0.618 lines up exactly with the weekly open, which is a pretty good confluence. You also have the 0.75 around the local high. So in case we see higher up here, that's where you want to see the biggest rejection from. And then maybe go on the lower time frame. You'll see a market structure break. You can enter off that and put your stops above, manual stops. Or if not, you can have your stops up here, and then you would still get a pretty good RR to go for the range low, in my opinion. If you do something like this, you're looking at a 3R, and from here 2R, maybe even have your stop somewhere like this. You get in there, for example. Like, in my opinion, this is just choppiness though. So still be careful here on leverage, because you want to only, to be honest, trade the extremities off the range and not this fucking shit in the middle. The mid range is for taking profits. So yeah, that's just my view now. For my entry trigger, again, I'm gonna just go over that real quick. When I'm looking for my entry trigger off the range low, I will be looking for well, after, in case we get a pullback from here, I will be looking for a obviously sweep of the 90k liquidity. I'll be looking at the lower time frame, maybe M15. I want to see what price is doing. Is volume kicking in? Is you know, do we get a deeper sweep? Like, I don't want to place a limit here. You get better RR if you wait for the confirmation of the deviation. If there's a deviation and you get in somewhere here, or you get in up here, you put your stops below here. Um, and you can target the equal highs, if not the range high, if not the middle even. Either way, it's pretty. See, you get in somewhere here. I mean, you're looking at a 3R from there. You're looking at a 4.5 are from there. If you're lucky enough, 6.5 are from here. I mean, the risk reward here on trading the extremities is always pretty good. You just got to be patient. And yeah, I just want to add one more thing. We do have uh, this little wick, this little low waiting here inside of our H4 order block. So a potential sweep of that is possible in my opinion too, into the zero point 0.5 as well. So this whole region is very interesting for me. I have alerts set here, and I'll be waiting. I'll be waiting for price and I'll be trading my system until proven wrong. That's just a game of trading. So let's go over Ethereum. I think this was the chart. Yeah, so I have this already drawn out for you. Yeah, actually, was this the chart? No, this was the chart I was looking at. So basically, this chart is the entire high time frame range from the high to the low and the mid range. And so, but what are we looking at? Weekly EMAs. We attacked the weekly EMA exactly actually, and we bounced. Okay. Uh, the daily stocks could reverse from here. Could go to the highs. We could see range high. It's possible. Mm, so and the weekly EMAs is a very like um, the weekly 12 and 25 EMA is a very important EMAs to hold because you don't really want to see them flip over bearish. You see through history every time it's done that, it's not been good. Okay, and that would make this more of a still a pretty big range, you know. But I mean, if it's gonna come, it's gonna come. There's nothing we can really do about it. The market's gonna do what it's gonna do regardless. But yeah, that's what I'm looking at now. The daily stocks here are actually, yeah, they're at the lows. So a potential, I think we see like a double bottom low here, of some sort. I think we feel some of this inefficiency in Confluence and BTC. The short scenario I talked about on BTC is pretty similar to the one on Ethereum here. Um, but I think this liquidity here will get swept into this cluster here. Perhaps this is able to hold, in my opinion, if BTC retraces higher from after sweeping the 90k liquidity. So I'm looking at a entry trigger, the same as the BTC range low in this region here. So the 3100s is pretty psychological level too. So yeah, price on Ethereum. Let's go on the 4 hours here. So what do we have here? So you do have this type of range going on. Let me actually draw that a little better. Let's see here. Let's just draw this. I'm gonna make the lines a bit thicker so you can see better. Range high. Yeah, okay. So you see this mid level is very key. Very key level in this range. Very valid area to trade from, in my opinion. You can maybe add the 0.75 here too. Just want to see how it lines up. Yeah. Yeah, it's alright. It's alright. So kind of yeah, price yeah, to be honest, I'm not gonna have this actually. It's a pretty but the high time frame one lines up pretty well. But yeah, it is what it is. It's obvious key level you see from these all these lines here. We had the fake out, we had the deviation. We did take out this high, and we swept into the daily Farai gap, and we're trading lower. So all of this makes sense. The price action here is pretty clean in my opinion. It's just not getting chopped up, trading the middle, trade the extremities. Like perhaps here, could trade this higher, but I'm more keen on looking at this low, something like this, something like this, to get in instead of trading here, because this will be kind of like, if you look at the entire range, like a little no man's land. But still, if my system tells me I can enter, and when I know to be risk on, I will be looking for perhaps a short trigger on Ethereum as well, where I pretty much just you can use the fib here. Um, we have this high here. We have this high. You do have this H4 break here, but to be honest, I kind of think since the mid is so valid, considering all of these taps and even here and here, and you know, I think we do get a deeper pullback on Ethereum at least. ETH looks pretty good too, so you kind of don't want to be shorting ETH too much. But yeah, something like this. If it gives me something like this, I put my stop above these 0.75 level, maybe even above here, or even mango stops right above it for better RR. If something happens, news, macro data, trade this to the lows. Yeah, 3R above here, almost 2R. If you target in the main range low, if you do take out these lows, 2.2R, it's a pretty safe trade in my opinion, because if it does flip here, daily closes above here, if that's your invalidation, you can just look to flip your bias, and you can look further along up to this H4 supply. This is very great resistance for us in the future. You do have the high time frame 0.25 or the quarterly min range, whatever you want to call it. You do have it. So, and it lines up perfectly with the H4 supply. So yeah, that's what I'm looking for. If we do, yeah, if given low time frame, I'll look to short scalp this. And but my main scenario is looking for something between here. Price sweeps liquidity is there's liquidity or similar here. I'll look for the entry, put my stops below, and on BTC, let me go on the right chart. On BTC, the same thing. Let's remove all of this to keep it simple. That's the most important thing to do on the chart. Keep things simple. Um, yeah, we can have this one. So yeah, I'm looking for price to trade lower. I'm have my alert set. I see what price does. If we get some sort of trigger off here, look for entry, put my stops below, target these equal highs, and then the range high, because we are trading in the range. If it looks like a range and it trades like a range, it probably is a range. So yeah, thank you guys so much. See you guys in tomorrow's crypto market inspection. I might do a weekly performance review where I go through my trade setups tomorrow as well. Maybe later in the night, perhaps. Maybe later today. We'll see. Peace. Take care.